We are back for another WWF Attitude Era in Review trivia game. The last two times I've done this, I have done terrible. I was 12 right, 13 wrong the first time, and the second time it was even worse. I got 10 right and 15 wrong. So we're going to try again. We are going to try and get positive. Hopefully, we can make that happen sooner or later. Again, I am going to do this until I get positive. And then hopefully when I do get positive, it'll just be a good feeling. I don't want to keep doing it even more. It is fun. I enjoy answering these questions. I love wrestling trivia. So yeah, we're going to do 25 questions again today. I have my cards here, just mixing them up. Again, there are going to be 5 questions on each card, and then the answers are on the back. So I'm just going to answer one question from each card and then get the answer. That way I don't have to answer 5 questions before I can look at the back of the card. And in the first one, I noticed that the first question is always multiple choice, and I don't want to have that. I think that makes it too easy. Maybe I should do that, and then I'll go positive, and it'll be a confidence boost. But I'm not doing that. I don't want the easy way because I'm 100% certain I would do good with multiple choice ones. But I like the ones without multiple choice. So I am answering the third question on each card. It's not ordered by difficulty or anything like that. I just do know that the first question on every card is multiple choice. So we're going to answer the questions number 3 on each card. We'll go through 25 of them. Hopefully we go positive here. It can't be worse than last time. At least I hope not. We did worse in the second one than we did in the first one. So if we do even worse in this one, then maybe it's just time to call it. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's just jump right into this. We're going to go through 25 questions. I'll read the question, give you my answer, and we'll keep track of how we're doing. Hopefully you do better than me, unless I do good this time. But we'll see. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. Our first question is, what pay-per-view featured Bret the Hitman Hart's last Federation match? Okay, so I think they're gonna want the year too, um, based off of the way they've been doing it before. When they ask for like an event, they want the year as well. His last Federation match, obviously excluding when he came back and wrestled Vince at one of the Manias, would have been the Survivor Series match against Shawn, and I think that would have been '97. I don't want to overthink this, but just give me a second because I don't want to mess this up. Survivor Series '97. It had to be Survivor Series '97. What pay per view featured Bret the Hitman Hart's last Federation match? I'm going Survivor Series 97. 1997 Survivor Series. Good start. That's a pretty easy question, though. Some of them haven't been so easy. So hopefully even the hard ones I'm able to whittle down and get the answer to. But we started off good, 1 for 1. Which was the first WrestleMania that featured The Rock versus Stone Cold Austin? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Again, I am not good with the years and numbers. They've main evented Mania 3 times, and they would have all been. Their last one, I want to say, was '02. I think it was '02. I think their first would have been either '97 or '98. Or wait, no. Because Austin versus Shawn with Tyson involvement was '99. This might be a cheat because these cards are dated Titan Sports 2001. So it's pre 2001, obviously. But that really doesn't affect the question here because they don't even mention that it was a trilogy. What was the first WrestleMania that featured The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin? I want to say '98. But did he wrestle The Rock before Shawn? Because it's not '99, because '99 is Shawn. But this is dated 2001. So would they ask what was the first Mania that featured The Rock versus Stone Cold Austin? Why do I keep saying Stone Cold Austin? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Would they ask it if it's that recent? As if like it's. I'm overthinking this. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say '98. I'm saying. Let me think. Let me think about this for another second. I'm trying to think of Austin Mania opponents. 2000, or I could do it this. I might be able to do it this way. The 2000 WrestleMania main event. I think that was the Fatal Four Way. I'm pretty sure the 2000 Mania main event was the Fatal Four Way with Foley, Big Show, Triple H, and was it The Rock? I'm overthinking this. I'm just gonna say because this is only question two, and I really want to go positive this time. Um, I'm going 98. What was the first Mania that featured The Rock versus Austin? I'm going WrestleMania 1998. Oh, it's asking for the number. Oh, I had this way wrong. WrestleMania 15. Is that right? I thought WrestleMania 15 was. Was that 14? I thought Shawn, Austin, Tyson was Mania 15. All right, well, it wasn't asking for the year anyway. He was asking for the WrestleMania number, um, which I would have gotten wrong anyway. But yeah, I got that wrong and spent a lot of time on it. So we're one right, one wrong. Who was the first 5-time Federation champion? Okay, Hogan jumps to mind, obviously. It has to be Hogan, right? First, I'd imagine he's done it 5 times. I'm going Hogan. I don't want to overthink this like the last one and get it wrong anyway. Who's the first 5-time Federation champion? Yeah, I'm gonna overthink it. No, let's just go Hogan. Hulk Hogan. There we go. Good. 2 right. I could have overthought that and ended up getting it wrong. I'm glad I just went with it. Who was the only Federation champion to successfully defend their title at Survivor Series? This is a tough question because obviously it's happened since. This dated 2001. I might honestly just go Hogan again because who was the only so by 2001 only the Federation Championship was only, and I don't like how they keep saying Federation Champion. The only champion to successfully defend at Survivor Series was only one person by 01. There's no way I get like Survivor Series match history in my head correct, but well, would Hogan have been involved in mostly 5v5s or team versus team matches, I should say? I'm just going to go Hogan again. Don't want to overthink it. Who was the only Federation champion to successfully defend the title at Survivor Series? I'm going Hulk Hogan. Bret the Hitman Hart. So 2 right, 2 wrong. The New Age Outlaws were members of what faction? Easy one, thank you. We're going to be positive here. Hopefully we make this happen through the entire game, but this should be 3-2. New Age Outlaws, obviously a part of D-Generation X. D-Generation X. 3 right, 2 wrong. Question number 6. What year did Bradshaw debut in the Federation? So I imagine his debut would have been, I believe he was called Justin Bradshaw, but he was also like one of they did like that blackjack gimmick again. I want to say like 95-ish. I don't want to overthink it just because there's nothing really about Bradshaw that's going to stand out and make me be more confident and more definitive in this answer here. So what year did Bradshaw debut in the Federation? I'm going to say 1995. 1995, cool. That's going to be helpful because that was one I wasn't confident in, and it gets me another correct one. It's become customary for a food fight to break out on SmackDown on what holiday? That has to be Thanksgiving. I'm not going to overthink this. It has to be Thanksgiving. Would it be a 4th of July cookout? It's Thanksgiving. Yeah. And it's become customary for a food fight to break out on SmackDown on what holiday? I'm going Thanksgiving. Final answer. Thanksgiving. There we go. See, I could have ended up overthinking that and convincing myself it was a 4th of July thing and gotten it wrong. So sometimes it's just best to not think, just go right away. Who lost in the finals of King of the Ring 94? I'm not going to get this. because I can end up trying to think of like who has won King of the Ring in that time period, but I'm not gonna get the finals of like who they beat for it. I'm kind of leaning Owen Hart here for whatever reason. I don't know who Brett beat when Brett became King of the Ring, um, but I feel like Owen has probably had a real successful King of the Ring run in his career. I'm gonna go Owen Hart. Oh, but this is 01. Would they include an Owen Hart question? Ooh, I don't know if they would include Owen Hart as an answer here. See, overthinking it. But that might be overthinking that actually helps because I'm not going to say Owen Hart now. I'm going to say Davey Boy Smith, I think. Who lost in the finals of King of the Ring 94? Davey Boy Smith, final answer. Razor Ramon. Okay, it was neither of them. 5 right, 3 wrong. See, but good thing I overthought that because if they, I'm gonna be certain there's no Owen Hart question or answer in any of these, being that it was made in 01. But we got 5 right, 3 wrong. We are on question number 9. What was the team of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty known as? I feel like we're getting easier ones this time around, so I think we should be in the. I shouldn't speak this soon, but I think we will finish positive for the first time here. But Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels were the Rockers. And I'm giving myself the point here. They have the Midnight Rockers, but I'm giving myself the point if it's the Rockers. We're counting it. 6 right, 3 wrong. Question 10. Which wrestling personality joined Jim Ross to portray an announcer in the movie Man on the Moon? So Man on the Moon is the Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler movie. Lawler plays himself. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. I used to have it on VHS. I know that for sure. But I might have seen it when I was a child and just don't remember it. It is a movie I do want to go back and watch because I've been reading on like the history of their feud, and it seems real entertaining and interesting to see the movie and that Lawler was a part of it. But I think Lawler is playing himself in the movie because they were gonna have someone else play it, but then he reached out and was like, hey, no one knows the Jerry Lawler character better than me. No one can play myself better than me. So I'm almost certain he plays himself in it. So it wouldn't have been him with JR. And they're saying personality. So I think that would mean it's not a wrestler. Which wrestling personality joined Jim Ross to portray an announcer in the movie Man on the Moon? I don't think they would have. I'm going to overthink this one. It's not going to be any of the McMahons. Okay, so they're trying to portray Memphis here. I don't know if they did that well or not, so I don't know who they would have. They're not doing Lance Russell. I know that. Would it have been Cornette? Because I don't think they would have had a WCW like announcer at the time be in this with JR. They're not going to get. I'm gonna say Cornette. I feel like that's completely wrong. I feel like I would have heard of that or would have known that, but I can't think of who it would be. Which wrestling personality joined JR to portray an announcer in the? And it might not even be them saying personality makes me think it's not a wrestler, but it might be a wrestler. Jimmy Hart. I'm going Jim Cornette. It's wrong, but I'm going Jim Cornette. Lance Russell. They actually did that. Man. Lance Russell. I feel like they wouldn't have done that. Okay. Who performed America the Beautiful at the first WrestleMania? Gene Okerlund sang something. But I don't remember what it was. But I don't think I want to overthink this. I think I'm going to go Gene Okerlund. Mean Gene Okerlund. Who performed America the Beautiful at the first WrestleMania? Mean Gene Okerlund, final answer. Mean Gene Okerlund. Thank you. Okay. We are still positive. We have 7 right, 4 wrong. Where was the first SummerSlam held? I'm not going to get this. Where was the first SummerSlam held? I don't even know. I want to say the year was like 88, maybe 87. But where? Would they have just done it? I don't remember it being. The Wembley one was well after. They were not. I don't think it would have been. I think it'd be somewhere different than MSG. Maybe like the Rosemont Horizon. And the way they've answered some of these questions, I don't know if they're gonna if this might be a venue or is it gonna just be the city. I'm gonna just say I'm just gonna say that I feel like this is one I'm gonna get wrong no matter what, so I don't really want to waste too much time on it. So where's the first SummerSlam held? I'm going Chicago. New York, New York. Awesome. Awesome. 7 right, 5 wrong. Which college did Farouk play football for? I know this one. Thank you. Florida State University. He was a Seminole. He was in the Heisman race. He was a Heisman finalist for sure. I don't want to say for sure of like what number he finished, if it was like second, third, fourth, whatever, but he was a Heisman finalist. But yeah, Farouk played college football for the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State. There we go. We're doing better than before. I think we're going to finish positive here. The masked 80s tag team, the Conquistadors, consisted of Luis Rivera and what other man? I am not going to get this. Luis Rivera. I don't even know if I can come up with anything. I'm not going to get it. No. Jose Estrada. Wouldn't have got that. Jose Estrada. Okay, that's in the wrong. 6 wrong, 8 right. Who won the 1990 Intercontinental Championship Tournament? Okay. So how much time do I want to spend on trying to narrow this down? So there was a tournament, so I'm assuming it would have been a vacant title. Now, would it have been vacant because of leaving the company, because of injury? 1990 IC tournament. Who was an IC champion around 1990? I don't think I'm going to get this one either. IC champion 1990. I feel like Brett is just is going to be my like safe choice for a lot of these questions. So I'm just going to say Bret Hart. That's I feel like I would have known if Bret won. I'm going Bret Hart. Who won the 90 Intercontinental Tournament? I'm going Bret Hart. Mr. Perfect. Ooh. I wouldn't have got that if I thought about that, but yeah. Who was the sole survivor of the main event at the first Survivor Series? Survivor Series is honestly my least favorite Big Four pay-per-view. I'm not a fan of those elimination matches, and I feel like this is like the third or fourth Survivor Series question already. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like there's definitely been at least another Survivor Series question. Who was the sole survivor of the main event? Like Hogan's always gonna be someone I want to come to here. I'm just gonna say Hogan because I don't want to waste more time on this because I'm not gonna be able to narrow it down so I can spend like another 2 minutes trying to think of this and still get it wrong. So yeah, I'm just gonna say Hogan. Andre. We're not on a good run here. We are now evened up. It's 8 right, 8 wrong. So we started off good, but we evened it back up. So hopefully we finish strong here. Who is Mr. Perfect's opponent at SummerSlam 89? I don't know. So that last one said Mr. Perfect won. I'm gonna look back at this. It said Mr. Perfect won, and I don't consider this cheated. Mr. Perfect won the 1990 Intercontinental Tournament. Who was Mr. Perfect's opponent at SummerSlam 89? So it would have been the mid card scene. Would it 89? That's early enough for Brett to still. Like I said, I think Brett's just gonna be my safe answer here. I feel like Brett versus Perfect would be a SummerSlam quality match. I'm going Brett. I'm thinking like Brett Savage type of stuff. I'm gonna go Brett again. Who was Mr. Perfect's opponent at SummerSlam '89? I'm going Bret Hart, the Red Rooster. I could have sat here for an hour and a half and not even had that even pop into my mind. 9 wrong, 8 right. So we are in the negative again. This is common. Who was the first light heavyweight champion? I'm not gonna get this. I am not gonna get this. I'm gonna get the time period wrong. Light heavyweight. I don't even know if he held a light heavyweight title, but for whatever reason, I always think of Dean Malenko when I think of the light heavyweight title. I could be confusing it with another title, with a WCW title. I could be, for whatever reason, when I hear light heavyweight champion, I think of Dean Malenko. I also think of X-Pac. He's another name that comes to mind when I think of the light heavyweight championship. So I'm gonna go with one of them. I feel like they'd be more likely to put a title on X-Pac if it was the first one ever. It wouldn't have been like Jericho, Eddie, Benoit. It wouldn't have been any of them. I'm going Dean Malenko. Taka Michinoku. Oh no, that's one I should have at least kind of narrowed it down to. That's a good one. I should have got that one. Okay, so we have 10 wrong, 8 right. Who did Haku and Andre the Giant win the tag title from in 1989? So who were Haku and Andre wrestling for the tag titles in 89? I'm not gonna get this. I am not gonna get this. So they were the tag champions. So it's not a vacant title. They won it from them. Haku and Andre assuming heels. do I do I just double down on the Brett stuff and say Hart Foundation here? You know what? I literally might do it, but that I don't know if that time in what in 89. I'm gonna just do it just because I'm not gonna be able to think of that. I'm gonna say the Hart Foundation. That's gonna be wrong, but my brain is fried. Demolition. I swear to God, that was one I was considering. I'm not doing good. This might be the third straight video of going in the negative. 11 wrong, 8 right. So it's question 20 here. The Big Show made his Federation debut at what 1999 pay-per-view? I'm not going to get this. Not going to get it. Big Show debuted in 99. I couldn't tell you who he debuted against. I couldn't tell you literally anything. I watched Backlash 99, and he wrestled, again, because Backlash 99, I watched that recently. He wrestled, is it 90? Was it in the 99 one that he did it? When I watched all those Backlashes back, the 99 to like 01, I'm kind of combining them. But he wrestled Foley or Mankind in a Boiler Room match. I'm trying to think of. That wouldn't have been his debut match. They wouldn't have debuted him in a Boiler Room. Would he have debuted against a smaller guy or another giant? I'm not going to get this. I'm not going to waste the time. Big Show made his Federation debut. Oh, they're asking for the pay-per-view, not the opponent. At what pay-per-view? So if he debuted I'm just going to say... I'm going to say Royal Rumble. Whatever. Let's just go for it. Big Show debuted at Royal Rumble 99. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Perfect. Perfect. Who was the heaviest Federation champion in history? So this is gimmicked. Yokozuna, right? Or or I'm gonna say Yokozuna. I feel like it's Yokozuna. I don't want to waste any more time. He's first. Yokozuna. Yokozuna. Got it. Oops, put that in the wrong pile. That goes in the right. So used to putting him in the wrong pile. All right. Who won the 20-man battle royal held at WrestleMania 9? Or WrestleMania 4, rather. Sorry. Who won the 20-man battle royal held at WrestleMania 4? WrestleMania 4 was the tournament that Savage beat DiBiase for the title. Am I correct? I'm pretty sure I'm correct. So would this have been a mid-card battle royal? And then they wouldn't have been in the tournament, or was it like did they do a battle royal to get yourself into the tournament? I'm gonna overthink this and not get it regardless. So let's just throw a name out. WrestleMania 4. Sergeant, was he in the turn? Was he even? I'm going Slaughter. Bad News Brown. Perfect. Just got into the Hall of Fame though. And I'm wrong again. 5, 10, 13 wrong, 9 right. We're gonna. Oh no. Oh no, I can't finish positive again. This is bad. What sport did The Rock play in college? He played football. Not going to waste the time. I'm disappointed in myself. Football, that one's correct. That's 10 right. Who did the Honky Tonk Man defeat for the IC Championship? Now, I think we did one previously, and I don't know if this was when it led to his long... I think it's Steamboat, right? Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat. There we go. Who did Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas lose the tag team title to in 1984? 5, 10, 13 wrong. Oh no, this is the last question too, and I'm going to get it wrong. This is question 25 here. Who did Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas lose the tag team title to in 1984? Being that they're two big guys, I'm going to assume there has to be at least one big guy on the other team. 84, who were tag team champions in the WWF? I'm not going to get this. My brain is so cooked, I can't even think of someone. I got no one. Let's just see. Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch. Never would have got it. Never would have got it. So another one wrong. Okay, so we got 5, 10, 11 right, and 14 wrong. So once again, we are negative. That is the third straight time of not being able to get in the positive. And to be honest, this is just annoying me at this point. I need to finish positive once. Because I'm disappointed in myself. Three straight videos of doing this trivia, 3 straight times finishing negative. First time was the best time. First time I got 12 right, 13 wrong. Second time I got 10 right, 15 wrong. And this time I got 11 right and 14 wrong. This time I think I started off the best that I've started. And it felt like I was going to go positive this time. But once again, we did not. Hopefully you did better than me. I'm going to try this again. I really want to go positive at this point. These are fun answering these questions. But now it's just a goal of mine, just something I need to get done. I need to get positive. So if I have to go through the entire deck and then re-go through the ones I've already gone through and like ask myself question 4s instead of question 3 or 5s, whatever it may be, I have to go positive. That's just for me at this point. But yeah. I'll do another one, hopefully get positive next time, and we will get positive eventually, whether it's next time or the following or the one after that. We will finish positive, and that's a promise. But yeah, see you in the next one.